Let's go. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have our red Terran player, the red Terran for the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. Not Rebellion. Uh-oh. We'll have to fix that. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Indian Zerg player, the blue Zerg representing Maturino Esports. It is Demi. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is time to get your gauntlet going. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will take the series. Best of luck. Best of luck in the chat. As we do enter another one of our newer maps. Now, what I appreciate out of Ultra Love, it is very aesthetically pleasing. It is very aesthetically pleasing. I mean, we have the vortexes being thrown down. We have some ley lines kind of like pulsing throughout the map as well. Like, it's nice, like aesthetically. But the biggest feature of this map is just how defendable it is. Ooh, as it's going to be a 2x Reaper opener out of Nicoract. What I mean by that, we have a ramp coming into the natural, we have a narrow choke point coming to the third, we have a tower that can be knocked down to wall this area off. Likewise, we have like choke points and ramps all over the place, all over the map. If there were ever to be a turtle map in the new map pool, it's this. It's Ultra Love, 100%. 100%, just so many choke points, so many ramps, so many towers, destructible rocks. So because of that, this map can be prone to something like a late game scenario, but we'll see if we can get there. As again, Nicoract is opening up with Mass Reaper, or with 2x Reaper. So 2x Reaper moving out. Meanwhile, back at home, Demi going hatch gas full, standard opener. So far so good, the Overlord moves out, and Demi will get eyes on the Raxes. The biggest feature of this map is the power of love. Oh no. Sarang hey. Here we go. Reaper's moving out. Again, Demi's fully aware. Back at home, he should be going for a delayed third. The drone is on the way here. We'll see if he does commit to the third base, or if he delays it, keeps it hidden, and does prioritize Queen production. Link speed is on the way. First Reaper does dive into the mineral line. Links are ready for the time being. Oh, nice control. Demi pulls back. Pulls away the weakened lane. You can see that Nicoract is looking for the drone. He's hunting for the worker. Does confirm no third base yet. Diving into the main. And again, it's on Demi to keep up with the rotations of Nicoract. So far, so good. Reapers are deflected. Back at home, Nicoract is transitioning. He's getting up to 4 Reapers, and that is going to be enough to force a cancel on the expansion, and Demi has yet to expand. So again, Demi's playing it safe. Basically, when you're up against 2x Reaper like this, it is considered safe to delay your third and make an extra pair of queens. So Demi, he invests into a 3rd and 4th queen, then he expands. Likewise, he has pulled out of gas, so he's not going for like a Bane bust response or anything crazy like that. Oh, another queen goes down though. The first queen does fall. Does he get another? Up! Oh my god, massive pick off. 2 queens go down. Link speed does kick in. And does Demi punish? Looks like he will. Catches 2 Reapers. There's 2 left. Diving into the main. Demi, he's on the chase. He will eventually shut this down. But this was worth it for Nicoract. I mean, there's a bit of a give and take. Nicoract, he was going to lose map control anyway because of link speed, but sniping 2 queens was massive. On top of that, third base was delayed. And what was it all for? What was it all for with 2 queens falling? Back at home, we have a full wall, stim is in production, bunker is ready just in case there was a Bane bust follow-up. This is a bit of an overreaction from Nicoract, but he can always salvage. So it's okay. He can always salvage the bunker. Not the biggest investment. Is safe back at home. And Demi from here has to drone. He has a lot of droning to do. He has some catching up to do as well. Remember, his third base still in production. And he has to replenish those queens. Zan very goes to PvP now, 100%. Yo, Zan has been beating Hero, like, pretty consistently. Like, Zan, he's been popping off in PvP. I mean, to be fair, he always has been, right? Like, Zan, I feel like he was known as that PvP sniper for a long time. Oh, no, oh. As Demi does lose one of his links to the rocks, but he does knock down the tower. Demi's walling up, getting his 4th. Feels like there's a PSA for you out there. If you knock down these towers, be careful with your units, Papi. Oh my god. Be careful. Oh, Demi, he killed the Roomba. Demi. what's going on? Calm down. Leave the Roombas alone. Killing his own lings. Sniping the Roombas. Ay. There we go. Nicoract does move out. Now moving out with his 2-on-1 sim timing. Hunting down Overlords. And it's going to be on Nicoract here to keep the creep in check. To shut down Overlords. To deny the creep spread. Threaten the 4th base. We'll see if he can. As Nicoract is being active. Ooh, does catch some of those morphing and Banelings. Gets 2. One Baneling does connect. Nicoract pulling away. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but there's been a little bit of stuttering here and there. I do apologize. That's just a connection to US Central. Smooch. Do apologize. But the PTR has limited servers available. If you're curious, there's only 2. Only 2 servers on the PTR. It's Central and West. There's no US East. There's no Europe. There's no Korea. There's no Australia. Just West and Central. As Demi is now going to be joining up. He gets away with his 4th base. The creep is a little bit lackluster, but he's going to be able to stabilize, get up to his 4 base saturation. Likewise, Nicoract doing the same, getting his 3rd up and running as well. We're headed into the mid game. Saturating, 1-1 upgrades are on the way. Nicoract building up, getting to his bio. Jesus, how many racks is 8? Oh my god. Are we just A-raxing? No gases here at the 3rd, no 4cc yet. Nicoract, he's getting his A-rack set up. We'll keep an eye on any additional factories, any additional gases, to see if Nicoract ever takes a 4th or if he just commits to a 3-base all-in. So far, Demi's keeping up with the drop play. Double drop on the right-hand side. Dusts him in, catches a queen, not bad. Even getting 3 drones. Not the worst trade against the Lings. Shaving off a good chunk of them. Ooh, that's the medevacs do take a lot of hits. Another queen goes down. Oh my, how many queens have died this game? 5! 5 queen kills. Look after your queens. As Nicoract is committed. Again, he is... Oh, never mind. Now he's taking his gases. Extra gases are on the way. This could be for extra factories, for 4cc. Nicoract, he's setting up for potentially another expansion. But now rallying across the map. Making 7 Marines at a time. I love the Sonic Storm here in the background. Ah, it's so good. As we do see Demi diving on top of the tank. Your tank was unsieged. Nice clean up here. Demi, he will hold. Shuts down the tank. He's holding, he's defending. Losing a drone in the natural. And Demi can now take up to Hive Tech. Now, Demi's been stuck on Lair Tech for a long time. It's been purely Ling Bane, but now he's taking gases. Now he's working towards the Hive, and he should be working towards Ultras. And remember, the Ultra has changed in the new patch or in the PTR. The Ultra can actually push units aside. It's a bit of a give and take. The Ultras are going to be slower, so the Ultras are being slowed down. Now the speed upgrade isn't going to be as effective, but they do have the added benefit of pushing units aside and being able to get on top of the army instead. And it does feel like Demi is headed in that direction. Once we get the Hive, I'm getting ahead of myself. The infestation, if it's done, we're waiting for the Hive to start up. Demi has the gas for it. Show us the Hive, Demi. Show us the Hive. Ah. It is Ultra Love. Now is the time for the Ultras. For now, though, Nicoract pushing out. 3-3s on the horizon. Still no 4th expansion for Nicoract, by the way. Wait, has he still not started it? He has not. Still no 4CC. He's 3-base all in. Earlier when he took his gases, I assumed that he would be throwing down an expansion, but no. It's all or nothing for Nicoract. Takes down a lot of Lings. Demi at the same time going for a massive counterattack. We'll get into the mineral line. Yeah, Nicoract out of position. He's racing back home. And the Ling Bane will bust in. Oh! Yeah, massive connections. SCVs are going down. Hive has now begun. And I mean, Nicoract, he was already all in, and now even more so. Now he won't have the economy to sustain himself as Demi, he hits the third. 30 SCVs going down. Ay, ay, ay. And we're not going to see the ultras, are we? Hurry up, Hive. Finish up. I wanted to see them. But Demi, he annihilates the mineral line. He does annihilate the economy here for Nicoract down to 40 SCVs. He has mules, true. 3-3 is on the horizon. But Nicoract has a lot of momentum here already. And Demi just has to focus on rebuilding his army, on remaxing, and maintaining map control. As remember, Nicoract, he never threw down a 4th CC. Like, he never planned for a longer game. The rocks are not working against Demi. Yeah, he has to knock them down. Ling Rambai gets into the mineral line. Drop moves out. Bailings in position. Nice hold position micro. Demi getting only just a handful of SCVs. Distracting the main army. Hive is done. Adrenals on the way. Where's the Ultra Cavern? Where are the Ultras? 3-3 on the way. We have the money for it. Can we get there? Do we need to? I kind of just want to see the new Ultra. I'm not going to lie. That's what I want to see. With this many Marauders, it probably wouldn't be wise to do so, though. Yeah, like, true. There's a lot of Marauders. Lings hit the 3rd base once again. It's all or nothing for Nicoract. Now, Nicoract has a larger army. Bear that in mind. Nicoract is completely all in. What he lacks in SCVs, he makes up for an army. And he can still try to win the game with his force. Oh, the tanks are going to be going down. Ling Bane from behind. And there's nowhere to run. Nicoract, he's trapped. Massive connections. He will still take the fight. Demi has to take it slow. Demi has to back off, rebuild. He will lose an expansion, does lose the mineral line. And Demi has to rebuild as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, Nicoract, I would have said that he would have had to keep pushing. Like, time is working against him. Demi doesn't have a lot of larva to work with. Trying to inject, trying to spend his resources, his larva specifically, trying to rebuild, remax. But Ling Bane is not the most larva efficient army. You need a lot of it. And Nicoract, he can still win the game. I mean, I actually favor him here. Yeah, I do favor him. He's pushing in. Demi, he cannot engage. And Nicoract, he's doing it. He's stimming. He's winning by being purely Ling Bane against this many Marauders. No shot. Fungal does connect. Can Demi hold? The Marauders, they are going to be cleaned up. Lings, they come in for the surround. Demi barely holds on. Whew. He did lose another 13 drones, though. Nicoract surviving mainly with medevacs. That's most of his army supply. More infestors on the way. Nicoract, he does spot the expansion. He's rotating. He's rotating over. I don't see Demi holding onto this expansion. Demi is struggling. He has no economy. He has no bank. Yeah, no bank left for Demi. The 3-base all in, it's working. Who needs a 4th? You don't need it, Pappy. Just 3-base all in. Lings are moving out for a counterattack. Ideally, Demi wants to force Nicoract to turn around. But there are reinforcements. Yeah, plenty of reinforcements. Demi, he's not trading well here. Does get a tank, though. Gets a tank and a handful of Marines. The army turns back around. That was a big loss for Demi, though, bearing in mind that he doesn't really have much Ling Bane to work with. And Nicoract, he's coming in for the kill, this time with Liberators. Libs are sieging up. We have some decent fungals, but not enough Ling Bane. And Nicoract, he has done it. GG gets caught. Nicoract, he will snowball out of control, and he will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Nicoract will take it again, despite the fact that he was losing worker after worker. Remember, Nicoract had a super maxed army because he was all in. He may have been lacking workers, but he had, what, 150 army supply. He had a massive army, and it was on Demi, especially with Ling Bane, to trade more often, to trade constantly, so we can rebuild as quickly as possible and try to maintain and make use of his better economy. Likewise, he never teched up into something like Ultras, he never teched into Vipers. That's typically what you want to go into. Ling Bane into Viper with those Blinding Clouds to help deal with that ground-based army. Power Bombs as well. Last Demi, he stuck with just mainly purely Ling Bane, and you saw that against that kind of force, it just wasn't too efficient, didn't trade well enough, and Demi didn't have enough time to remax afterwards as well. GG. GG, well played. Nicoract takes the first game, and now we're getting to game number 2. Let's go. Getting ready for game 2. And we'll see how the story ends. Meanwhile, the lower half of the bracket is still progressing. Again, Iba versus Homono, they are mid-series, they are playing, but they did start late, unfortunately. So because of that, my heart goes out to Cristiano. He's had to wait for a long time. Has had to wait for a long time for his match, so do apologize. But we'll get there. Here we go. So Lava Starved, yeah, as we mentioned during the cast, we were talking about how Ling Bane is very lava inefficient, just because you have to expend so much lava to actually remax on Ling Bane. So when you're lacking hatcheries or missing injects, that hurts you a lot more. That's where some of these more higher supply units, these more key units like Ultras, are more lava efficient. That's where they do help out. Whether it's Ultra, whether it's, you know, Lurker, what have you. But yeah, as we did mention. And now we're getting into that second game. It's going to be on ley lines. Let's go. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have our Indian Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Matcherino Esports. Switching colors. God damn it. Hold on. I got you. There we go. We have Demi. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the blue Terran player representing the Platinum Heroes, leading the series 1-0 Automas. One more game is all he needs to advance on to the grand finals. It is Nicoract. I do apologize for the names that are being listed in the intro. That is just because the application that we use has a hard time really syncing up with the PTR. So that's why when I do this, it shows Rebellion. So just as a heads up, it's just a bit of a bug. So do apologize for that. Here we go. So now we are just going to be saturating our bases. It is going to be Hatch Gas Pool here for Demi. Likewise, Nicoract going for his own Rax Expand. He's just getting to his own Rax Expand. Also, I should emphasize, welcome on and all to Ley Lines. Another one of the newer maps in the map pool. Does have its own interesting quirks as well. Likewise, looking a little bit more fortifiable, defendable on a 4-base setup. It does have some very narrow choke points or narrow ramps coming into the triangular third, coming in towards the 4th base as well, where you do have a high yield gas geyser available, which you can take advantage of. So yeah, we'll see how Nicoract will approach this though. Winding it back, if you recall, last game Nicoract did go for a 3-base all-in. He was very committed with his play. It was a long game, don't get me wrong. Did even lead into 3-3, but Nicoract never took a fourth. Never took another expansion. Stayed on a very low SCV count of around 50. But I also can't imagine that Nicoract's going to embrace that kind of style 2 games in a row. I can't imagine. As the Reaper pokes in. So now Nicoract, he does scout the third. Diving into the main. Oh, soon to. And back at home, it is going to be a 1-1-1. Ooh, a very aggressive opener here from Nicoract. Interesting. This means he's going to be delaying his third CC. So a heavily delayed third CC in favor of a 1-1-1 Banshee opener. This can also lead into a Hellbat push. Again, bearing in mind that because the third base is so delayed, most likely we're going to be committing a little bit harder here to more Hellions, to more Banshees, to more aggression. So Nicoract is building up. We'll keep our eye out for that armory. Demi trying to keep up back at home. Going to be rotating. So far, so good. Demi not losing much of anything yet. Oh my god, and even further before the third CC, we throw down a second and a third Rax. This might just be a 2-base all-in. Straight up. Jesus. Nicoract being very aggressive here. Still being active with those Hellions. Looking for another way in. Banshees towards the main. And Nicoract, he does threaten a dive. So far, the Lings and Queens are keeping up. Nicoract keeping Demi distracted while the Banshee is getting ready for that dive. Double eBay behind this for Nicoract. Banshee hits the natural. Gets a drone. Nothing major yet. Now, bear this in mind as well that Nicoract didn't lose any Hellions. He poked in, but he didn't lose any Hellions yet. 2 more, yeah, 2-base all-in. 2 more Raxes on the way. That is the 4th and 5th Rax, so it's 5 Rax, 2-base all-in here from Nicoract. Most likely he's going to be hitting with 1-1. He's building up a death ball of a bio army, and the pressure is now, the onus is now on Demi to scout. To realize what's going on, to not over-drone, and not be too greedy. It's going to be on Demi here. As Banshees are going to be denying creep, making sure that Demi has no vision on the map. 4th base on the way, going for the center 4th. So far, Nicoract's doing a great job here at just denying creep, at keeping Demi contained. Ooh, and can he force a cancel? Oh. Overseer still in production. A lot of shots going off. It's going to be close, and the base, yeah, it is going to be canceled. No, that's a kill! That's a kill, not a cancel. Aye. Not like this. 300 minerals down the drain. Actually, 275, true. Hatchery is a little bit cheaper. Forgot about that. The hatchery is a little bit cheaper, but it does still go down. Meanwhile, Banshees, they do hit the natural. Once again, distracting. And remember, Nicoract is all in. Like, he's still building up. He's still just amassing an army. Getting ready for his push. Yo, Nicoract, can he deny +1? Okay, transfuse just in time. Demi will save. More creep is being cleaned up. Ooh, big heli volleys going off on the Lings. Oh my god. Demi still just trying to keep up here with the initial harassment. And here comes the army. Here comes the all-in. How many Marines do we have? 34 Marines, 2 tanks, 3 medivacs, stim, combat shields, 1-1. A very strong 1-1 timing here from Nicoract. The army is spotted, and do we have enough Ling Pain? It's a decent chunk, don't get me wrong. Oh, but these ramps, these choke points. Can Demi collapse on this army? Hatchery does complete. Ling Pain coming in from behind. Gets it off the Hellions, gets it off the tanks. The tanks are going to go down. And Demi will clean this up. He swallows up the army. He did not over-drone. There are still some Marines left over. Queens are getting picked off, but there should be enough Ling Pain. Yeah, Demi has enough to hold. He will survive. He will defend. And he even saves the hatchery. Oh, but 9 HP. What? One more shot. 9 HP, Poppy. Oh, no. Here comes the follow-up, though. Remember, Nicoract, he's all in. Like, he's not expanding. He's not transitioning. It's all or nothing for Nicoract. And he will eventually get that expansion. At least he should. As he pulls back. More tanks, more liberators. If Demi drones, he's going to be in trouble. He's double expanding. Taking top left and bottom right. Hatchery still barely standing as well. Giving him more larva, which Demi desperately needs. Tanks are setting up. This does look like a brutal position. Demi splitting up his army, getting ready for another flank. Can he get? He should get the hatchery. There we go. Hatchery goes down, and Demi commits. Does commit in. Gets the first tank. But the spread here from Nicoract is too good. He shuts down the Banelings. Only Lings left. GG gets caught. Nicoract, he snowballs out of control. And Nicoract will take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. Nicoract will take it. Demi initially had a good hold, but that was a really brutal fight, fighting off of creep. He spent a lot of Banelings on the tanks. I should also mention that in that final fight, a lot of Banelings did go off on the tanks, and likewise, this time Nicoract was able to freely split and freely spread. Another thing as well to bear in mind is that Demi, when it came to that final fight, I think we were all expecting him to come in from multiple angles, but for the most part, he had most of his army coming in from the one ramp. Unlike previously where he was able to try to surround the army and lock it down, that did not occur in that final fight. He wasn't able to really lock down the army or get any kind of surround. Not at all. And with that, GG. GG, well played. Congratulations! Nicoract will be the first to make it to the finals. Congratulations. And the question becomes, who will join him? Who will join him in those finals, as it looks like we still have a ways to go.